Gamefi.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Brogan and I am with Mike.
Good evening everybody and welcome to a very special show. Now the reason it's very special is we're covering Nyan Heroes, and for those of you that have watched our channel before, you will know that we made a video specifically about Nyan Heroes about a month ago. In that video we talked about the project, I talked about the tokenomics, I talked about everything in the video, so make sure you go and check that out. However, tonight we're going to go over the GateIO startup. Brogan has all of the information on the screen. We have to warn you, as we always do at the start of these videos, that this token is launching tomorrow. There will be a lot of volatility associated with this coin, so expect that volatility to last probably until the end of the week. So the coin is likely to move up and move down very rapidly, especially over the rest of this week. So I've got to let you all be aware of that, and we say that whenever we do these reviews of coins that we're about to launch. So what are we going to cover tonight? That's what you're all asking. That's what you all care about. Well, we are going to go through the website of the project. We're going to go through the gameplay. We're going to go through the white paper and go through all the details about the project. We're going to look at the team, the partners. We're going to look at the tokenomics, the roadmap, absolutely everything. And as always, one of the stipulations when we cover these projects is that we can say what we want about the project. We can still be neutral even though we are reviewing it on behalf of GateIO. So we are still going to give you our honest opinions, but if you've seen my video, you will know what I think of this project. And Brogan, the gamer of Crypto Warehouse, he will give you his opinion on the game. So to kick us off, we normally go through the startup page first, don't we?
Yeah, so we go through like the main startup page, the instruction, and kind of risk warnings. I know you kind of went through risk warnings in terms of like obviously the volatility and the financial advice, but I think we normally do that at the start, don't we? Or do we...
Yeah, we do.
So we'll go through that and then instruction, then go from there. So shall I start reading out the project instruction then?
Yeah.
So Nyan Heroes. Nyan Heroes is a team-based competitive shooter featuring cats piloting giant mechs. Developed by a team of AAA industry veterans, Nyan Heroes builds upon a familiar shooter genre where two teams compete to control various map objectives. It features an exciting array of heroes, abilities, weapons, and of course, cat pilots. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So if obviously we can get into it and the videos and the website and all that, but if any of you watching have played games before and you've played something called Overwatch, it's similar to that. I believe from what I've watched anyway, it's similar to that, but it does look very polished. Obviously, I believe there's video as we go through probably on the website as well, so you'll get to see that in a minute. But yeah, so that's a bit of the instruction. Shall I read through the risk warnings, or do you want to do that?
Yeah, you do the risk warnings. What I'm doing now while you're going through that is I've dug out the video that we made about the project. We made it a month ago, and we actually called it a AAA Solana game. So that's
it's as close as one of the closest things I've seen, which actually has something pre-existing. Obviously, there's ones out there, but one of the few which actually look AAA, like you said. So anyway, going into risk warnings for this project, and these are general risk warnings for any project we do when we do it with GateIO. So the start project is still in its initial stage. Factors including the operation and underlying technology of the project and other related regulatory activities might contribute to significant risks. Advanced technical and financial knowledge is required to understand and evaluate the inherent risks of crypto asset investment. Volatility of the market is high, and the price of token might fluctuate drastically due to technical, regulatory, and market factors, etc. Users may not be able to withdraw all the purchased tokens due to technical issues of the project on GateIO. So, general, run-of-the-mill umbrella, all-encasing risk warning. We read that out for every project anyway. So this is what keeps Brogan gaming all night and tired on day streams. I mean, I am, not disfamiliar to a occasional night of long-winded gaming, but this one I've yet to delve really deep into. But I mean, I believe, is it on Steam as well? Obviously, we'll get into that.
Yeah, I've put the 2 links up. So let's not give the alpha away too soon. But all the links are in the Notepad document to the platforms that you can play the game on. So it's very rare that we do cover a game that is what you would consider to be a game that the average gamer would play.
Exactly.
A lot of the games we've looked at tend to be card-based, turn-based games. They're very static. There's not a lot of great content. They don't use Unreal Engine or anything like that. Whereas this is actually a game that I've looked forward to being released, and it was part of the other thing to bear in mind. This was part of the Jupiter LFG2 pool, remember?
Yes.
And it didn't win. It came third, and this was the one I actually picked. This is the one I wanted to win, but it came third out of I think 6. So what I mean? It's a really solid game, and lots of people online have been very bullish about it, including real gamers. Anyway, I'm interrupting you. You carry on.
Yeah, so now we're going to move on to the website, the front page, and everything there. So let me bring that on now. Here it is. So this is Nyan Heroes. I'm waiting for. I believe there's probably assets. Here we go. So here's a slight video of the game. It does look pretty good. Now, like I said, if you've ever played something like Overwatch, there's ones of different kind of variations of Overwatch. But if you ever played something like Overwatch, kind of these team-based, different characters who have different abilities, and it's kind of like a 5v5, 6v6, whatever, then you'll probably be familiar with this game. Once you've played one, you can't play them all. You just kind of need to know the difference between the characters. This is just like that, very similar. The character design and the gameplay looks pretty fun. It looks quite, and what you want to see is kind of a repetitive gameplay loop where it's a simple gameplay loop, someone can pick it up and start playing immediately. Something which looks quite smooth to play. And is quite simple yet effective, and this looks like that. It looks like it's pretty good graphics, pretty interesting exemplars of abilities which you see here, and it looks pretty good. Obviously, very good engine, and it looks fun. The main part about this anyway, it looks fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of the video. I think we'll just move down to the next part. So there's some news. Should we just go through the main page? Kind of go through their one page?
Yeah, well, what we've got to do, we've got to actually, there's an awful lot to get through.
Okay.
So go through the front page, and then the tokenomics. Obviously, I had a big conversation on the video we made about Nyan Heroes about the tokenomics. So we might get stuck there while we're doing the review. So if you want to whip through the website very quickly, I'll let you carry on. I'm going to log into GateIO chat and say hello to everybody and see how they are.
Alright, so Guardian Heroes. Nyan Heroes is a hero shooter featuring cats, parts and dynamics, we read that, massive unique abilities, advanced feline agility, and customize your mech for ultimate domination. Even when your mech falls in combat, the cat's skills can still turn the tide of the battle for your team. Are you ready to rise from rookie to hero? So, I obviously haven't really thought about this. It's cats and it's mechs, but you can play as cats. So what it sounds more to me as well is they've mixed Overwatch and Titanfall, obviously another game. If any of you played, that's a pretty good game as well. So they've kind of mixed the two into one, which is a pretty good. And you see that often. A lot of games, unless it's something groundbreaking, it's normally either a merge or a mix of other games which exist. And I don't really. Some people might think, oh, you're just redoing other games.
Yeah.
I don't mind it as much as long as they're doing an interesting spin on it.
Yeah.
And they're doing because they're taking things. They're going to take things from these sorts of games which have already existed and had huge player bases before. Taking the fun aspects of them, because I don't want every single game I play to be innovating on something. I don't necessarily want that.
No.
You want something which you're familiar with, or something you can pick up, and which have been made examples of in existing games with big player bases. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a big player base in these big games. So I'm glad that they're doing something. I've never really seen something like this before, where they've kind of got like an Overwatch type of game where it has Titans or robots or mechs. Like Titanfall. So very interesting spin on things. I do like that. So we've got some characters here. I'm not really going to read too much into it because maybe some special abilities. Actually,
well, within the white paper, it talks about the heroes.
Right. Okay.
And one of the things about the heroes is, like NFTs, you have different. So you can get the same character, but you can get different levels of rarity from the characters. You can have epic, rare, common versions of the characters.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
But we get into all of that in the white paper.
All right, so some of these do look a bit. Some of these look edge. Obviously, I think these because these have got question marks. Obviously, like I said, we can get into the big thing of it. So it looks like there's got 4 main people here. Obviously, like a healer, an assassin-looking one, probably some sort of tank. This Spartan, and then oh no, this was a tank. This one's probably some sort of DPS. So you got the general kind of general spread of things, and then you got these question marks, I believe, of things coming out probably in the future of the game. But the images to me look a bit AI generated. Obviously, they are still working. I have nothing against AI personally. So some different weapons as well. So it looks like instead of I think what they're taking for Overwatch is the power ups. But to be fair, it does look like it's leaning more towards the side of like a Titanfall game. But they've got individual guns, so you can kind of mix and match there. And then some more down here. Some general information about its team games.
I mean,
this is nice as well. Just a little thing. We rescue cats, 350k. Joining the adventure goes beyond the thrill of the game. It also makes a meaningful impact. Each download triggers a contribution to a global cat charity supporting cat welfare, 1 game at a time. Very cool.
Very cool.
Very nice. Very thoughtful. But yeah, that's the main page. That's kind of the one page. Just scroll through a bit of a exemplar on that. Do you have anything to add?
No, because there's what's next? The white paper.
A bit of a gameplay.
Oh no, the gameplay. I don't know how you can play the gameplay, but you've already kind of shown it through there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably go to the first link, the Steam page, just to see if there's anything we haven't looked at already.
Yeah, all I was going to say was there's Solar Sky is on GateIO watching us. Obviously, we've got other people on YouTube watching us. If you're on YouTube watching us, don't forget the link to the startup on GateIO is in the link on this video, on this live stream. Now, also, I made a video today about GateIO's 11th birthday, and they've got all kinds of gifts, giveaways, freebies, all that kind of stuff. And it started, I believe, the 20th of May. Is that today?
Yes.
Started today. It runs until, I believe, the 20th of June. So follow the link, sign up for free, come in, complete a lot of the tasks, and try and get yourself some prizes. And also, what we will try and do is we should be getting some Nyan's Heroes tokens, and we will give away some of those to you guys on GateIO when we get them, which might be next week or the week after. But you will get some tokens from us for watching the stream if you drop your user ID into chat. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this now. A lot of the abilities look very similar to Overwatch. The UI looks very similar to Overwatch. So they are. There's obviously there's different abilities here which don't exist, but a lot of these, the shield one, the one who's holding the rectangular shield, you've seen that before. The UI, like I said, these, and even the kill animations here, these are very similar to other games. But so obviously they're recycling things which have existed before, which is good. Add some familiarity to people, especially since it's a new game. But it does look very cool. It looks very fun, and somewhat fast paced. Not too fast paced where people can't get into it. But the fast paced enough where it's exhilarating and fun, which is nice. So that looks pretty good. Obviously, that's a little.
So that's on Steam. And
Epic Games.
You've also got Epic Games.
Yes.
Bring that up very quickly. I know we've got to be careful of time. let's not forget it is already 9:15 and we haven't even got to the white paper yet. So there's an awful lot to get through to explain to you Nyan Heroes. I spent a good 3 or 4 hours when I made the video going through Nyan Heroes and the white paper. There's an awful lot in there. So Steam we've looked at.
Yep.
Epic Games you've brought up. Is the next stage the white paper?
White paper now, yeah.
Right, okay. Now, there's a few things I want to pull out of the white paper because it's quite a long one.
Okay.
We've got the team in there, we've got the roadmap in there, and we've got the tokenomics in there, haven't we?
Right, okay.
So what's next on the menu?
The next one after, obviously, white paper introductory is team.
Right, okay, let's go through the team first.
Okay.
Because I actually did a deep dive on a couple of the team members when I made the video about them.
Right.
So if you bring up the team, there's no clickies, I'm afraid.
No, is it near the bottom, like the leadership area?
Yeah.
I'm reading through the here. Okay.
Alternatively, if you don't want to look at it in the white paper, the team.
There we go.
There you go. The team is actually on the website itself. Now, the trick here is we reviewed, and we're not going to mention names on here. We reviewed a gaming project maybe a month or so ago. And the team consisted of people that had nothing to do with gaming.
Right.
And that was a red flag for us. This is not the case with Nyan Heroes. So if you want to just go through a couple of the team members, it's going to jump out at you. Some of them have been involved in Destiny.
Yeah.
Bungie, Halo.
Some Assassin's Creed, I believe, was one of them. So
Yeah.
some obviously big studios, Ubisoft, and other ones of that scale. So pretty good. Obviously, I think this guy is the one who also, I believe this guy worked on those sorts of things.
Max Fu, yeah.
Yeah, so Max Fu, co-founder, CEO. So Max Fu is the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Nyan Heroes and has a successful track record building brands and communities across digital media, Web3 and gaming spaces. Now, what I do want to go down here. Prior to Nyan Heroes, he served as the COO of Unicorn Pop and collaborated with some of the world's biggest companies, Google, Netflix, and Samsung.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool. So, early adopter of blockchain tech, Max is a Web3 native with 5 years of experience in the blockchain space as an investor and analyst, focusing on infrastructure, scaling solutions, and DeFi.
Yeah.
He has built a studio composed of both heavy hitters in the Web3 space and veteran gamers, developed from AAA studios, including Sony, PlayStation, Ubisoft, and BioWare.
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
Very good. Yeah.
Now, what's important is if you took 5 developers, 5 game developers, and you put them in a room for a year, you would walk out the other end with a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take 5 programmers and you put them in the room to make a finance product, they'd have no idea what they're doing.
Exactly.
Right. Gaming developers and gaming project team members hit differently because they're, number one, they're gamers.
Yeah.
All of them game anyway. Number 2, they've already built games, like you say, for some of the biggest game manufacturers in the world. Right.
Yeah.
We've seen this with another game that I'm not allowed to mention, but it starts with big.
Yeah.
They took 12 people from Epic, from other ones that I'm not going to give the names away, but they took 12 people and they spent 2 years and they built a AAA game. And this is exactly the same thing that Nyan Heroes have done.
Yeah.
They've taken people. I don't even think Nyan Heroes has got a big team itself. Hasn't it got like 12 or 18
yeah,
people?
it's not too large.
No.
No.
So...
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know, like, we talk about, I mean, Twitter is the biggest example of late in terms of tech with this. As an example, obviously, with Twitter, economies of scale, you don't necessarily need that many developers, especially in some of these game studios. I think Blizzard is one of them. There's so many developers. Obviously, they have multiple kind of IPs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But, a team working on one individual game, you do not need that many programs. So I think... I'm glad, obviously, they've gotten really high tier people who've already worked on big titles within, gaming and whatnot.
Exactly.
But they also have specialized where they've kind of aimed towards people who also know crypto as well. Like you were saying with, if you know gaming and try and fit into finance, it's not going to work.
No.
But they have this blend of knowledge on both aspects. They can make something with a blend of both of those aspects. So I'm glad they've not got a humongous team which has like 5 developers and then 5 blockchain people, because you're just going to have a big clash, because the blockchain people are going to have one thing and the game people are going to have to like adapt and implement that, and it's not going to be as smooth.
No.
But the next person, John Walsh, I had a quick read through some of his area. So he is development director of Nyan Heroes, and a seasoned industry veteran with over 20 years of experience in the video game industry.
Yeah.
So I wanted to read over here. So,
the only other one that I want to mention to you is Gideon.
Okay.
Gideon was I looked at 3 of the team, not 2 of the team. I looked at Max, I looked at John, and I looked at Gideon. I didn't look at anybody else past those ones. Now Gideon also worked as like he was involved. I don't. Do you want to go through it? It was like a month ago.
Yeah.
I read it out.
All right, I'm gonna go through John Lowe first because he does have some games as well. So he worked closely with the design, engineering, art, and audio teams to ensure the best possible game experience for players. But the main area is he has worked on titles such as Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is really huge. World of Tanks, which is ginormous. You see ads
absolutely
all
massive.
The time. Championship Manager, I believe that is probably some sort of football or sport game.
It's not any. It's the football sporting game.
Is it?
Yeah, Championship. It is the one. There's Football Manager and Championship Manager,
right, okay.
And they are the ones.
Right. He also does knife throwing.
Sorry?
He also does knife throwing, which is awesome. So yeah, the next guy, Gideon, as you were saying, was the big guy. So he is a technical director of Nyan Heroes, bringing over 12 years of industry experience and a passion for programming to the Web3 gaming space. As leader of the studio's global engineering team, he is dedicated to delivering a AAA quality battle royale experience that meets both player expectations and the creative vision of Nyan Heroes.
Yeah.
So the interesting part of this, the crazy part of this actually, because these are big games. He's made notable contributions to popular franchises such as Saints Row the Third, huge game.
Yeah.
Metro Last Light, absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
And Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, still probably one of the biggest. I mean, in terms of esports as well. So you got CS:GO, you got Fortnite, and then you got pretty much Rainbow Six Siege is one of the biggest ones. Obviously, there's League of Legends and whatnot, but this is a huge player within gaming for competitive gaming. It's a very, very big game. So it's awesome to see that he's actually worked on that. So do we want to not? I mean, there's only one more guy.
Yeah, go on then.
I'll just read this here.
Like I said, all I'm concerned about is time.
Right, okay. So he shipped multiple games for the Halo and Destiny franchises, has led the development of 2 Bungie game reveals for E3. Additionally, he holds the record for the fastest certification on the PlayStation 4, having certified a game in less than 24 hours.
Nice.
Very cool. Anyway, yeah, very cool. Very good team. Very strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
Tariq, I hope you hold onto your Solana a few hours longer after what I said on the stream today. Anyway, sorry for that. Tariq's just joined us in chat.
Hello, Tariq.
Good evening, Tariq.
Only you as well, hello.
Oh, and only you, yes. I didn't
Hello,
see. He snuck
everyone.
in only you. I didn't even see
saw it.
him.
I mean, I was reading this and I quickly took it. I saw his O and his colour. I was like, oh my God, is that him? But
so a quick catch up for those two. We made the video about Nyan Heroes 1 month ago. We called it a AAA game. And today we're doing the review on behalf of GateIO and Nyan Heroes, where we go through the project in a very similar way that we went through it on the video. But the token is live on GateIO from tomorrow. I believe it might be 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Brogan will check it in a bit.
Yeah.
And we'll be giving away some of those tokens to the people watching on the stream. So if you want to get involved, go to the link below, click on the GateIO link, come across, register, and at some point in the next couple of weeks, we'll get some tokens and we'll give you some Nyan Heroes tokens. Yep. You're all caught up now, Tariq. What's next?
We're on to partners now.
Partners, yes.
Yeah, in fact, quite quick. There's only like a few here. Well, there's not too many, but we have investors. We have Mechanism Capital, Delphi Digital, Shima Capital, and Manifold. Do you know any of those?
I do, yeah. Delphi. Okay. Delphi for me is they've always got their fingers in tasty pies. Okay. That's probably the best way to describe them. Many people have the expression, lots of fingers in lots of pies. Mm-hmm. Some of the pies might not taste very good. They've got their fingers in tasty pies. You know, the apple pies, the rhubarb pies. That's cherry. What you want. Cherry pie. Very exactly. Cherry pie. So it's good to see that, because we look at projects all the time that have got like 30 investors and it dilutes it a lot. They have too many masters to call to. This is seed funding to get the project to where it is. So it's good to see a panel of highly experienced investors, and that's what's important. Now, are we on to tokenomics yet?
Nope, we have 4 actual. Obviously, this side part is partners. These are the actual partners. So we've got Razor's Giant, Epic Games, giant.
Yeah.
G2 is an esports team. I think they're pretty big. I think they're in many. There's like FaZe and some other guys, and then I think G2 is pretty big.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And Superverse, don't know about those ones.
No, neither do I. But for everyone that's watching, we're at $69,260. We are ripping to the upside. So you couldn't have joined us on a better night to celebrate 69,000 on Bitcoin and celebrate the launch of Nyan Heroes. Now, where are we up to next?
I believe we're on the roadmap.
The roadmap
is 29. There we go.
Now, this is a really well thought out roadmap. This is like, you know, when you see rock bands that go on tour.
Yeah.
This is the design of their roadmap.
Right. Okay.
It looks sick, and they've hit most of the milestones along the way on time, and the roadmap leading forward is actually a good roadmap. But we haven't even got to discussing the what do you call it yet? The tokenomics.
So
right.
We'll quickly go through the roadmap.
Yeah.
And then everyone. So roadmap, 2021 web portal. Obviously, we talked about this before. If you've watched any of our other streams, we talked about roadmaps. It's nice to see it as previous and existing kind of points to look at. And what's nice as well, they've coloured 2022 and backwards, white, and then we've actually got got ones going forward in colour. So what we'll go through now is everything they've kind of done so far. So they've got web portal, which has been completed. They've got the Genesis NFT private sales, seed round raise, Genesis NFT public sale, expeditions, staking for catnip, very cool token name, mini website update, more updates, basically working on the website, and the team expansion announcement. So that was all within 2021. So that's basically setting up the entire website and kind of make sure it's up to date and ready to kind of display the game. Obviously, setting up Web3 aspects like NFTs and tokens.
Yeah.
And those, so basically the groundwork systems within 2021. And then 2022, moving on, web portal overhaul. So probably making it easier and looking more professional. The website does remind me of Valorant, similar work like that. Cinematic trailer 2022, and then first Guardian mech drop, and then that was those. I believe those are the 4 characters which we have already existing. So basically, set up the characters for the game, kind of display it for everybody, and make sure the website again looks good. So some groundwork still. It's moving towards getting a final product, which is going on to 2023, which was the first playable. So I think all of 2023 working on the game makes sense.
Absolutely.
And then moving forward within 2024, now token airdrop, token launch, and the pre-alpha. So obviously within this year, is it not early? Is it an early access now? I didn't actually look at it when I was on the Steam page. Yeah,
early access is now. The token launches, and the token launch coincides with the game going live, as far as I'm aware.
Right, okay.
So basically, 2024 was always going to be big for Solana. Yeah. So the poll today was, what's the best gaming chain? And the options are Solana or Solana but more, and that's really the key.
Right.
And the reason I'm bringing that up now during the stream is that 2023 was like the recovery year of Solana. 2024 is the year where people realise that Solana is the best place to go for retail.
Yeah.
What is the single most important thing to get people hooked from retail, entertainment, and gaming? So they are launching at exactly the right time on Solana.
Yeah.
If they'd have launched last year, it wouldn't have the same impact it's going to have today.
Yeah.
And that, for me, is the key.
Yeah.
Because we talk about the halving, and people time things around the halving. What's the point of launching something in January or February when you've got the halving coming in April? What you do is you launch everything in April, May, and June. When is Nyan Heroes launching? It's launching in May 2024, and it's launching 1 month after the halving. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence, is it? There are no coincidences in the world.
No.
Why? Because we are creatures of habit, and that is why. They are launching 1 month after the halving because they knew that the halving was important. We were going to have a post-halving dip. Look where we are now. We're over 69,000, back at the previous all-time high, and their token is going live the following day. It's been timed to perfection, in my opinion. So roadmap, excellent. Very happy with the roadmap. How long do we have left? We have got about 20 minutes left, so I think we're doing okay.
Pretty good.
Do you want to? Are we on tokenomics yet?
We are now on tokenomics. So I believe this is the long part of things now.
This is going to be the bit. So I'm going to give you some background while we get to tokenomics. Right.
Okay.
My bugbear with games is the tokenomics.
Right.
We reviewed Notcoin a week ago, and I said Notcoin was going to go to zero. Gaming coins, gaming tokenomics, and this is where Nyan Heroes have actually pulled a bit of a blinder. They've actually done something really clever. Gaming tokenomics is a race to zero. It starts off as $1. 6 weeks later, it's at 10 cents. 4 months later, it's at 1 cent. It's what happens because the emissions in the game get burnt. And how do they get burnt? They get burnt by either buying NFTs or they get burnt during the gameplay. But the excess of tokens that aren't burnt, people sell them. Downward sell pressure. Nyan Heroes is slightly different. So that's my introduction, and that's why I'm not a fan of gaming tokens. But in this case, I can see how they've tried to combat it. So I'll let you go through the tokenomics now, because this is the biggest section. For me, this is the biggest section.
All right, so tokenomics. In order to create a revolutionary AAA game title that leverages the benefits of blockchain, we must also create a AAA in-game economy founded on reliable, sustainable tokenomics. We believe a strong tokenomics model should support secure real-time transactions in the game, empower players to have full ownership and control of their digital goods and assets, protect the in-game economy and players from volatility of market speculation, create real revenue opportunities for all gamers, free and paying gamers, fairly reward and incentivize players based on their actual contribution to the ecosystem, be environmentally conscious and sustainable. So I'm glad they're actually building an economy, because there's some games out there who don't decide to build an economy.
Correct.
Who build a trash economy, because obviously we talk about it, and we can go back to our old streams. Whenever we talked about this, and we said the same thing. It's you need to have, for this to work, you can't just have a basic game which doesn't have something which is wanted, like either it be skins or resources. Obviously, MMOs are huge for this, and that's why when kind of AAA gaming or Web3 gaming got big, a lot of these big games coming into them are going to be MMOs, because that's where there's easy applicability for economies and marketplaces. But anyway, I'm glad they're being conscious of that.
So we've had a comment. Game tokens need to have staking or NFTs to buy. Very valid point. Very valid point. Right, okay, I'll let you carry on.
So our goal is to provide a rich gaming experience that players enjoy deeply, regardless of their skill or in-game purchases. Similarly, our token's goal is to create a digital economy for players that are seamless and easy to use, regardless of their knowledge of blockchain mechanics. Solana was chosen as the base layer for our in-game economy due to its near instantaneous transaction times, minimal fee structure, and most importantly, its environmental sustainability. Solana is a carbon neutral blockchain and can support all of Nyan Heroes' on-chain activities with minimal impact on our planet. Very cool. So, details. I'm not reading this. Can't bother. Okay, here we go. The actual interesting parts. Okay, so as the native utility token, Nyan is utilized for a number of game functions that serve to increase its demand. Players may spend Nyan to mint or awaken their in-game items to unlock the NFT gated rewards pathway.
Yeah.
Marketplace transaction fees, rental fees for in-game assets. I like that system.
Right.
So,
rental games.
Yeah.
Sorry, rentals.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about it with another game which we can't mention, obviously.
Yeah.
I like that concept a lot.
Yeah.
Rent to rent out to earn, and renting NFTs within games, I think is amazing.
Exactly, and that for me is something that that sense that sets them aside from other games, because you go to a game and that game's got a $2,000 NFT.
Yeah.
You're not going to play the game.
No.
You're not going to play the game because the barrier to entry is too high.
So high, exactly.
However, if somebody lets you rent that NFT for $3 or $4 a month, and you can play with an OP character with special abilities or special skins, whatever it might be in the game. You could be a streamer wanting to play Nyan Heroes, for your community. You come along and you say, you know what, for $20 for the month, I'm going to rent that character.
Yeah.
That is massive, and there are at least 3 games out there which I've said this would work for, and they haven't done it. Nyan Heroes has come along and said, yep, day one, that's it. So for me, that's the biggest aspect of their tokenomics, which they've done with before it's even launched. Like other games have gone live and gone, you know what would be a good idea? It'd be a good idea to have rentals. Nyan Heroes built it into the game from day one.
Yep.
Sorry,
Very cool.
Carry on.
This is cool. Well, competition entry fees. This is cool. You see this sometimes in a lot of mobile games actually. It's like Clash Royale. There's some tournaments where you like pay gems to like enter it and you can get rewards from it, and you can wager, I suppose. I'm glad they've kind of entered that. It's very cool. Players may lock their Nyan in order to receive additional special access, privileges, and rewards. Yep. Decentralized community governance, allowing holders to propose feedback on future features and upgrades of Nyan Heroes. Right. Okay, that's cool. So a little a voting system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's basically the use of it. This is a big blurb. Going on to another main important aspect.
The token supply.
The token supply.
Yes.
So they have a billion token supply maximum. So 33.5% goes to community and incentives.
Yes.
Pretty good. Ecosystem is 16.5%. Early contributors 22%. Team advisors 18%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Strategic contributors 7%, and then liquidity 3%.
Yeah, I mean
Cool.
it's fair enough. I mean, what I said in the video review was that because this is a AAA game, like you see projects where the team get 5% and the VCs get 5 or 10%, and they don't get as high a number as this game is given out. But you've got to remember, this game has cost to build. This is not a cheap game. It's also not cheap to get listed on Epic and to get listed on Steam.
Exactly.
So I was saying that, you know, the 18% here and the, was it 20%? What was it? The 18% was the team. What was the other one?
22% early contributors.
Yeah. So 40% of the token supply is going to the team, and the venture capitalists. Now, the second thing that comes with this is, of course, the cliff, and it will mention the cliffs in a minute.
Okay.
For those, wait, I'm going to very quickly explain.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what a cliff is, if you buy, if you invest into a token as a stage one, so early investor, and you say, I want to buy 1 million tokens at a cent. So you're buying 10,000 tokens.
Yeah.
They'll say to you, okay, that's great. We'll give it you at a cent, even though it's going to be worth 25 cents. We'll give it you for a cent. But the cliff is that you cannot unlock those tokens until a year or two after the token has gone live. And the reason they do that is to stop people from dumping the token on day one and wrecking the entire value of the token.
Yeah.
That's what's important to cliffs. Now, the cliff can be a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it might be. That's fine. But VCs have been stopped from just dumping the tokens on day one and walking away with a 20x profit. And it's important. And I think it's actually in the charts. We're heading towards 70,000, aren't we?
Yeah, I've got it in the background. It's not on the stream. I'm watching and doing some TA on Bitcoin. That's pretty crazy.
Tariq has dug out his Tesla catalog, right? Because I don't know if you've ever heard of this program, but Tariq is buying a Tesla.
Right.
And he's going to strap an armchair to the roof of the Tesla for me.
Okay.
So when I go and see him, I can sit in the chair so I don't dirty his seats, and he can drive his Tesla around with me on the roof.
Should you flash up the Bitcoin chart real quick?
No.
All right.
Well, no, we'll do it at the end.
Yeah, in the outro. Okay. So, obviously,
I was going to say it's good tokenomics.
Yeah.
And you have to understand why the team and the VCs have got such a big chunk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, talking about that, and they're aware of the fact that they're doing a high percentage of community incentives.
Yeah.
They say, despite adjustments, our commitment to community engagement remains unwavering. 33.5% in bold of our tokens fuel community incentives, including airdrops, in-game rewards, and competitions.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So obviously, this is the numerical breakdown, which is fine. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, we've only really got about 15 minutes left, I'd say.
And then they've got catnip. So there's a last part of tokenomics, catnip. Canip is the in-game premium currency used to purchase in-game items and earned as rewards from playing the game.
Yeah.
We believe in the value of stable currency to provide a medium of exchange and for in-game rewards. By doing this, we can effectively remove incentives from non-players to affect current prices via speculation,
Exactly.
which is not good for the health of the game economy.
Not at all. Not at all. And what? Go on.
Yeah.
No, I can't keep interrupting you because we're going to run out of time.
Canip is not an on-chain token, but instead a virtual game currency. Canip does, however, have a fixed value which is directly redeemable through the studio. In much the same way that Robux can be redeemed from the value, redeemed for value from Roblox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason this is good is, of course, the way I see this, I don't look at it like Roblox. I look at this like Fortnite and V-Bucks, right? So Catnip is V-Bucks for me, and you can buy it with your Nyan Heroes tokens, or I imagine you'll be able to buy it directly with cash.
Yeah.
And this is the key, right? They have to generate revenue. They have to make money. So in the future, I can see this going down the path of Fortnite with seasons. Now, if you're a gamer and you've got in and you're an OG, and guess what? You've now got all of your tokens. If I said to you, you could play Fortnite for free. If you're a good player, you can play Fortnite for free. And the money you earn in-game pays for your next season. You will be like, okay, well, that means that Fortnite is free to me to play. And it keeps you as a player because you're a good player. Nyan Heroes, with Catnip and with their own Nyan token, they will allow the OGs basically to play this season for free, but it generates the money. And that's the key. Like you said, they're going to generate money for seasons, and they're going to generate money for taking part in competitions where they'll be giving away NFTs. Now, NFTs don't have an inherent value. It has a perceived value.
Yeah.
So if you enter a tournament, it's going to cost you $1 or $2, and you've got 10,000 people entering that tournament. That's $5,000 and $10,000 a time from each tournament.
Yeah.
So I understand how they're generating revenue. And as I said on the stream today, if you're looking at a project that doesn't make any money and cannot make any money because it's got no tokenomics, you shouldn't be investing in that project. Whereas Nyan Heroes is Fortnite in Web3.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it to people.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. Interesting. This last thing I want to read out.
Yeah.
Uses of Catnip include premium purchase of skins, loot boxes, account boosts, marketplace purchases and trading, medium of exchange for UGC experiences and or sales, faster unlocking of characters, gears, mods, and finally high stakes competition entry fees and rewards, as we talked about.
Yeah, exactly. You want gamers to game, but you need regulars. You need like hardcore. You need guilds. You need community. You need tournaments, stuff like that. So it all makes perfect sense. Right, it is 9:42. Where have we got anything else on the tokenomics?
No. Oops, I didn't actually change that one. No, we don't.
Perfect. What are we on to next?
Outro.
Oh, you are. Right, before we get to the outro, we need to explain how to take part in the airdrop. So, while you bring the page up, let me explain a little bit about GateIO. So, GateIO has a startup section on their website. You can look at it on the mobile phone. You can look at it on your web browser. Is the coin being released? I'm not really understanding everything. So basically, Nyan Heroes is a first-person shooter game that is going to come out tomorrow. So the token is being launched tomorrow. And as part of that launch, we're doing a review of the project in partnership with GateIO, which is the sponsor of this stream. Now, luckily, or not luckily, but coincidentally, I reviewed Nyan Heroes 1 month ago in a separate video, and I also reviewed it as part of the Jupiter LFG2 vote. So it's not a game that's just appeared out of nowhere and we're just talking and saying good things about it. I called it a AAA game a month ago.
Yeah.
And now, today, is the last day of reviewing the project before it is launched tomorrow. So the airdrop, yes, the airdrop is the 26th, but that's different than this. So what Brogan has on the screen now is the GateIO startup page.
Yeah.
If you are a registered member of GateIO, you can partake in the startup, you can claim part of the airdrop, and that will be from tomorrow. The token will be launched from tomorrow. So you'll be able to get your hands on some Nyan Heroes token tomorrow. What's the countdown left on the...
It's only got 8 hours left.
8 hours left.
Yeah.
So if you're not a member of GateIO, you can register, you can go there and you can press free to claim, and you'll be able to get and take part in this. Now, the reason I made a video today, the 11th anniversary, which I mentioned at the start of the stream, and I said 3 things about GateIO that I liked. And it was my video, it wasn't sponsored, it was my video. Number 1 is the series of meme coins that you can buy on GateIO. You can get them on GateIO faster than you can get them nearly anywhere else. That was number 1. Number 2 is the pre-market sales of token. You can get them on GateIO before the token even comes out. And the third one was this startup page. They call it a startup page, but to you and I would call it an airdrop page, because you can go here every single week. They have 3 or 4 different airdrops, and you can go and claim them. Some of them you will need to hold Gate tokens, GT tokens. Some of them you don't need to hold any tokens, and you can enter the prize draw to win them. If you're a VIP member 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you're guaranteed the airdrop. If you're VIP 0, you go into a lucky draw to get some. It's very simple. There's no fees involved in claiming these airdrops. And of course, it's their 11th birthday, so for the next month, they're going to be giving away loads of freebies anyway.
Yeah.
So check that out. In the startup, very quickly, there is a button in front of you that says 0 free to claim or something like that. You press that button and you will enter the prize draw to get the tokens. So there's nothing, you don't have to hand over any money. It's completely free. We wouldn't be telling you about it if you had to go and pay. That's not how this channel works. So I hope that explains it to you, only you. We do these videos as well, probably once a month, twice a month, where we will look at tokens and projects that are going to go live. Sometimes it's 8 hours, sometimes it's 2 days in advance. It all depends on when we're given the project to review. So in this instance, it's a project I know like the back of my hand. As I said, I reviewed it a month ago. Yep. Brogan's already looked at this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll talk about it on stream as well at some point a bit ago.
We've covered it on the streams as well. Yeah. So we're fairly knowledgeable on this project, and we like it. And go and watch my video, which was a month ago, before we did this stream. A month ago we covered it, called it a AAA game then, haven't changed my mind on it. I like the tokenomics, but we're going to get onto that in a minute when we go through this. So is there anything you want to cover on that page? I think we've pretty much covered it. It's the same on the mobile phone as well, isn't it? On the mobile phone, you go to earn, you go to startup, and then you'll have the button that says 0 free to claim. So you can do it on the mobile, you can do it on the website. Right. Anything else you want to cover before we go through our outro conclusion type thing?
I think I know we normally go through the how to participate.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Okay, so how to participate is be quick, very simple. So in general, so if you're on the PC, I'll just do it live for the PC. So if you go to PC, if you see top left, you'll see this little like 4 window looking thing up here. You hover over this, and you go to startup, which is on the left here in this black. Click on that. You'll be taken to the startup page where it'll have all the startups. Obviously, this one's at the top. In this case, obviously, some we do in the future and have done in the past might be lower down or whatnot. So in this case, for Nyan Heroes, you can click on this, or you can just click straight on Nyan Heroes, and it'll take you to the page we've been looking at the entire stream, and then click free to claim. Quite simple, very simple there. If I go back now to there we go. On the mobile, it's very similar, just a fact that there is a start button on the kind of dock here, which all the prompt buttons. If it's not there, you can click more and scroll down. You'll find it on that list. Just try and find this start button, click it, take it to the same page. Click the startup on here, and you'll be taken to the same page we were on anyway, and then click free to claim. Quite simple there as well. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Right. Let's see. What time is it? 9:48. Right. So we've got just under 10 minutes to do the outro and finish it off. Do you want me to start, or do you want to go through your start? You always like it when I start, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm going to tell you how I approach these token reviews and these games. Let's start from there. I'm going to keep it quick. I'm going to bore you to death. I know it's late where you are. However, you need to look for red flags. And to find red flags, you look at certain elements of the project. And I target certain parts of a project to look at. And number one is the team. Number two is the tokenomics. Those two things, super important. If the token is live, I also look at the breakdown of how the token is trading. When I'm doing it for tokens that aren't live, then I look at other things such as the roadmap, such as the chain that it is on. So if it's launching on a dead chain, if it's launching with poor tokenomics or no roadmap, or the team isn't doxed, that they are red flags. You don't need more than one red flag to walk away, in my opinion. There's thousands of projects out there. You don't need to say, well, I don't know who the team are, but the tokenomics looks really good. Or if you don't know who the team are, the team can just run away and take all of your funds. So it's important that you don't have a single red flag. That's how I approach these tokens, and that's how you should approach every single token that you invest in, especially new coins. Now, let's recap. We have looked at the team. I have gone and looked at their LinkedIn profiles. We have looked at the investors that are backing this project. No red flags. Team has a bag full of experience. They know exactly what they're doing. If you locked the 5 of them in a room for 5 days. If you locked the 5 of them in a room for a year with 5 computers, they would produce a AAA game. That's how good they are. The tokenomics are heavy on the team and heavy on the VCs. If this was a project that was a DeFi platform, or a let's revolutionize agriculture type project, then I'd be very concerned that the number of tokens going to the team and the VCs was too high. But the amount that it has cost to make this game in terms of development, you have to understand that that's cost them a lot of money, and that's why the VCs are getting, I think, 22%. The team are getting 18%. Again, very high, but they're all AAA developers. So that's the only amber flag I would have. However, tokenomics on the whole, gaming tokens go to 0. This has enough about it to hold value. And the other game that I've covered, which is big something, I'm not going to mention the full name of it, that also has very good tokenomics, because what you need to do is spend the tokens, not sell the tokens. Tokens need to be spent on NFTs, entering competitions, seasons, skins, whatever it might be. You have to hold the tokens in the game. They've also got catnip, which is the in-game currency, like V-Bucks, like Roblox Cash or Rcash, whatever it's called, has all of that going for it. So it's separated the game currency from the token attached to it. Again, no red flags for me. So all in all, if I had a choice of buying these tokens or buying tokens in any of the other games that we have covered, like Notcoin or anything like that, this coin has more longevity than some of those other coins. And I think this and Big are the 2 projects where I can see the token holding its value. And you can go in the game with the token, spend the token, get a character, get NFTs, and then sell those NFTs for money anyway, because it has a marketplace. Yep. So there's ways to generate money out of this game. So for me, in conclusion, before I pass it over to the actual gaming expert, no red flags, solid game for me. I've already reviewed it in the past. It's been on my radar. I wanted it to win the Jupiter LFG project, and it came 3rd out of 6. So for me, big green tick from Mike. That's it.
All right,
your turn.
I'll try to keep mine short. I always say that there. It looks good. I'm impressed by it. Obviously, it's been developed by actual people, actual AAA developers, people who've worked in the industry for a while and have full experience on making something people want. And that's the most important part, making something people want. And I'm pretty sure, looking at the videos we've seen so far on the stream, we've seen something very, I don't know why I'm laughing. We've seen something which I think has a good amount of aspects about it which people are going to want to play. Like I talked about during the stream anyway, while we're watching the videos, it's got aspects of different games people have already played. to death anyway. So I'm glad to see there's going to be aspects of it which people are going to be familiar with, they're going to like already, and it's going to be quite easy for people to accustom to it. And the impressive part, well, is they're partnered with some esports, obviously partnered with, Epic Games development hosting people, Razer, yeah, that's cool as well. But the interesting one, the kind of not the dark horse, kind of the thing which didn't really matter to people probably, because you see Razer, you see Epic Games, you think, oh my god, it's Razer and Epic Games. But the G2 esports, it might not be a really huge thing, but it's people. That is a esports team. Those are people who know competitive games, whether it be whatever competitive game there is, they have a team for it. So I'm glad that they've partnered with them to allow them to try and make the best competitive game they can. And reading tokenomics, it looks like they have some very interesting systems, and systems we're already impressed with anyway, as we've looked at other projects we've done the same thing. So I think they've got a good collection of impressive things. I definitely do want to try it out. I'm glad that they're going down the route which is the obvious route of allowing people which aren't into NFTs and which aren't into NFTs to kind of merge into one. So you don't necessarily have to buy NFTs to play it, which is always a great model to stick by. So I definitely will be giving this a try. It does look very fun. Looks like games I've already played before, which I like. And like I said, I don't want games to innovate every single time they make something new. But
I think that's the problem with the world, isn't it? They're always trying to reinvent things. Yeah,
but just do something. Because they technically have done something different. They've done Overwatch, but with big robots. So technically they have innovated. But it's something. It's not like they've made a whole new genre of games, like battle royale type ones, the first battle royale. But I'm impressed. I'm definitely gonna give it a try. I do think I think this is one of the obviously there's many games out there, many Web3 games out there, but I think this is one of the projects which is going to do well. I think they've definitely set themselves up, and I think so far it's looking like they've set themselves up for a successful project which is going to live on for quite a while.
Exactly.
Hopefully I don't eat my words.
Sorry?
Hopefully I don't eat my words. I really hope I don't, because it looks fun. It looks fun.
I thought you said, I hope I don't run out of words.
No. That's it. That's my take.
All right, okay. Well, as I said, what we'll do is we are going to get an allocation of Nyan Heroes tokens. We don't know when we're going to get them, but what we will do for the hardy souls that have shown up, so Kabir, Only You, Tariq, Solo Sky as well.
Hidden
Agendas. What we'll do is we'll give you a couple of dollars of the token. Now, I say a couple of dollars. I'm not going to say actually a couple of dollars because we don't know what the price is going to be at. Yeah. We will give you a percentage of our allocation. Now, that could be worth anything. Could be worth $1, could be worth $5. We're going to give you a percentage of our allocation of these tokens to you. Now, to actually receive them, you're going to need to be on GateIO, because I can send tokens to your user ID. However, if for whatever reason you cannot get onto GateIO, if you're in a country that isn't allowed to be on GateIO, then we'll work something out between us. But I know, for example, that Solo Sky is on GateIO. I know a few other people. Tariq is on GateIO as well. So we will send tokens to you there, and I will get your user IDs off you anyway, either during one of our streams on GateIO over the next week or so. But as soon as we get the tokens, I will let you know. And remember, the bigger we get, the more these giveaways are. We are working every day that we can to get bigger and bigger, because like I say, it might be a few dollars each now. It could be a few $100s in a couple of years' time that we're giving away each. So thank you for your support. Brogan does the better outro than I do, so I'm not going to say any more. Do you want to very quickly show the Bitcoin chart?
I've been looking. I've been showing numbers. Got 70,004, 70,233. Got some numbers here. If you can see it, take a screenshot, whatever. Main big dog number 71,393 in my opinion.
Right. Okay.
But yeah. Anyway.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming. We're trying to get this done in an hour because we appreciate that things take. Bullish Bull has just appeared. We are nearly at 70,000. Yes.
We're knocking.
We are knocking on that door. I tell you what, though, I know we're finishing the stream, but if we don't break 70k, we're gonna come down.
I don't think we're gonna come all the way. I mean,
we're gonna come down to 66, 67.
I'm bringing the chart back up.
So we are. Anyway, so I'm not going to say any more because this isn't a stream to talk about the charts. This is the Nyan Heroes stream. But thank you for coming, Bullish Bull. Thank you, Kabir, Only You. Thank you, Solo Sky, Tariq. Who else is here? Hidden. I'm scrolling up through the chats. Velvet Rope was here. Kishan was here. We didn't mention Kishan at any point in the stream. Good evening,
sorry.
Kishan. Well, thanks everybody for coming, and I will see you all in the morning. I actually need to go and get tomorrow's GateIO stream live done. So I need to go and get myself a drink and get the stream ready. It is now 9:59.
I'm gonna do an intro long enough for the 4 hour to print in 20 seconds. So thank you all so much for watching. Really do appreciate the goats being here. Obviously, you know who your true viewers are. The goats right here, right now. Thank you so much for spending an hour and 6 minutes. Obviously, joining here and there does not matter. Thank you for supporting, being here on the video. I'm watching this so closely right now. We're at 70,000 right now. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you all being here. I will be back on Wednesday. Ooh, I'll be back on Wednesday. Oh, goddamn. I'll be back on Wednesday. God, woof. Oh, I'll be back on Wednesday for a TA stream. Probably looking at the fact we're back down to 63 games and crap like that. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you.
One last thing before we go. I just want to point out that I did say on the stream today that we were going to be at 70k this week, right? And I just want to say, on the poll that I've run on our channel, I said, are we going to be at 70k by the end of May? There you go. Just want to point that out there. I'm not an oracle like you. I don't have a crystal ball, but we're at 70,300. So anyway, 9 Heroes, great project. See you all tomorrow.
Brogan is Terminator. I'll be back. What are you doing? Get out of here. Get out of my camera. Get out of here. I am Terminator. I will be back on Wednesday in the afternoon to see if we're either going to be at 71,000, 71.3, or we're going to be in the dumpster. Hopefully we don't. Obviously we had a 4 hour print surge right there, but hopefully as long as we stay above 70,200, I'll be happy. So thank you all so much. I'll be back. He'll be back. We'll all be back. And yeah, goodbye.
50. Come on, 50. Come on, Vincent. Come on, Fitzy. Come on, Fitzy. Come on, Fitzy. Oh, come on, Fitzy.